Touch on, lighting on. Okay, cool. Just checking the setting. Light all chat messages. Visible. Yeah, sure. All right, hi everyone. My name is Daniel. Good evening. And if you are a nurse or if you're caring for someone and you just feel drained, you feel like your cup is empty and you just need a space to refill or tap up, then you're at the right place. So yeah. Hi, my name is Daniel. I used to work as an intensive care nurse and now I work as a school nurse. I'm taking things easy and I just want to share how I really fill my cup whenever things are heavy, when I get anxious before a shift, before work. And even as a school nurse, I still have moments, of course, that I feel scared or not 100% confident. Like the other day, I gave a student an EpiPen. It was an emergency situation. Although the symptoms of the student was just tightening of the throat. There was nothing really scary, although tightening of the throat is scary, but nothing like, breathing was compromised. The student felt faint, but my hands were still shaking, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because, of course, I don't often deliver an EpiPen or epinephrine, unlike in the ICU. But this is where it's important for me to do practices that keep me grounded and centered. And doing a prayer, such as reading scripture from streams in the desert, and then reading the daily passage from the Daily Stoic, really helps me to feel confident, helps me to feel strong and able and grounded during really intense moments at work. So if you could relate, this video really is for you, and I'm so glad that you're here and that you're able to join me. Right now it's around 9:40 p.m. here in New York City, and I would like to do this practice every evening on a live basis, but of course this gets saved in my lives section, so if you're not able to join me in my live, you can always like recap in the live section of my channel. So today is today is September 15. It is a Monday and work was okay, the usual. School just started and I'm trying to get my systems back. Even now, I'm a school nurse, but I work as a contract agency nurse. But with that being said, I have access to the school health system. But because I've changed agencies recently, I've encountered some issues with with getting back to my account. But hopefully the liaison is getting back to work tomorrow and that should sort things out further. All right, let's begin. Today is September 15. Awake, north wind, and come, south wind. Blow on my garden that its fragrance may spread abroad. Some of the spices and plants mentioned in verse 14 of the above chapter are very descriptive and symbolic. The juice of the aloe plant has a bitter taste, but is soothing when applied to the skin. So it tells us of the sweetness of bitter things, and bittersweet having an important application that only those who have used it will understand. Myrrh is symbolic of death, having been used to embalm the dead. It represents the sweetness that comes to the heart after it has died to self-will, pride, and sin. What inexpressible charm seems to encircle some Christians, simply because they carry upon their pure countenance and gentle spirit the imprint of the cross. It is the holy evidence of having died to something that was once proud and strong, but it's now forever surrendered at the feet of Jesus. And it is also the heavenly charm of a broken spirit and a contrite heart, the beautiful music that rises from a minor key, and the sweetness brought about by the touch of frost on ripened fruit. Finally, frankincense was a fragrance that arose only after being touched with fire. The burning incense became clouds of sweetness arising from the heart of the flames. It symbolizes a person's heart whose sweetness has been brought forth by the flames of affliction, until the holy innermost part of the soul is filled with clouds of praise and prayer. Beloved, are our lives yielding spices and perfumes, sweet fragrances of the heart? A Persian fable says, one day, a wanderer found a lump of clay, so savory of sweet perfume, its odor scented all the room. What are you? Was his quick demand. Are you some gem from Samarkand? Or pure nard in this plain disguise? Or other costly merchandise? I love the rhyming in this book. No, I am but a lamp of clay. Then whence this wondrous perfume, say? Friend, if the secret I disclose, I have been dwelling with the rose. Sweet parable, and will not those who love to dwell with Sharon's rose distill sweet odors all around, though low and poor themselves are found? Dear Lord, abide with us that we may draw our perfume fresh from thee. Blow on my garden that its fragrance may spread abroad. Okay, this might not be too deep, but I do enjoy the rhyming of these words. All right, now sometimes, of course, it's not every day that Streams in the Desert, its entry of the day, is not always moving, but it's okay. It's nice for me to just have something to keep myself grounded and something to focus on, and also love beautiful words. Now let's go to Daily Stoic for September 15. Now I know it's at the end of the day, but you can still listen to this. I still listen to it the next day or two, especially if the entry is nice. All right, September 15. A garden is not for show. I love how this theme garden, and then in Streams in the Desert, it was about fragrance from plants. Okay. First, practice not letting people know who you are. Keep your philosophy to yourself for a bit. In just the manner that fruit is produced, the seed buried for a season, hidden, growing gradually so it may come to full maturity. But if the grain sprouts before the stalk is fully developed, it will never ripen. That is the kind of plant you are. Displaying fruit too soon, and the winter will kill you. Epictetus. After all you've read, it might be tempting to think, this stuff is great. I get it. I'm a Stoic. But it's not that easy. Just because you agree with the philosophy doesn't mean the roots have fully taken hold in your mind. Fooling with books so you can sound smart or have an intimidating library is like tending a garden to impress your neighbors. Growing one to feed a family? That's a pure and profitable use of your time. The seeds of Stoicism are long underground. Do the work required to nurture and tend to them so that they and you are prepared and sturdy for the hard winters of life. Speaking of winter, last winter was really tough on me, and it made me kind of scared, weary for the upcoming season. But this time around, I am going to be more proactive, of course, like doing things create great videos, doing these readings with you guys, and just improving where I can and just not stop moving. Although it's important to take a pause and reflect and recollect, but generally speaking, I should never settle or be complacent. I don't think, of course, in Christian circles, complacency is something that is maybe encouraged. Like, you have to be complacent to be happy. But there is a time and place for complacency, and it is not now. It is not while you're still young. While you're still young, while you're still able, do the most that you can, achieve the most that you can, and keep learning. And that's what I plan to do, and that's what I am doing. I am taking an online course. It is not really credited, but it is a life coaching course. And I'm doing it not because I plan to be a life coach. Nursing in itself is coaching enough. But I want to have I just want to keep learning, and I want to learn more communication techniques, as well as learning from the life coaching course. I believe will help me create better content, or at least write a better structured script for my future videos. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts on life coaching? I understand that the majority of people's sentiments on life coaches are like not that positive. So this is why I don't have any plans to be a life coach. But I do plan to be someone who is a supportive figure for nurses or for those who care for others. Because this is my life experience. This is my work. And I want to be a part of that community in some shape or size or form. And this is convenient for me to be, to access you through these videos. So, just as a recap, garden is not for show, so to speak. It's really for you to grow something that you will benefit. So, think of something that you want to develop for yourself. And I understand we like shiny things. We want the attention. We want the glory. We want the appreciation. I want that too. But doing something for vanity is not sustainable. Do it because you want to do it. Do it because you know it will benefit you in your career, in your personal life, love life, in your business. Keep learning and keep growing. And I think that's the message for today, for this evening. My name is Daniel. Thank you for joining me here. We're live in New York. And if you want more of this reading, reflection, prayer session, join me tomorrow. Good night.